What's up, you guys? Donald Trump is assembling his cabinet. And I don't mean building IKEA furniture. He's choosing his team for his presidency. My question is, what position is he putting Hulk Hogan in?
You're listening to the Spencer Gilbard Show.
What position is he putting the guy that trained him on the fryer at McDonald's in? What position is he putting Tony Hinchcliffe in? The guy that made the Puerto Rico garbage joke at MSG. Definitely Karine Jean-Pierre's job, White House press secretary. Although White House press conferences are now the #1 live podcast in the world, Kill Tony, hosted by Tony Hinchcliffe, featuring the press corps. It's like if your question goes over 60 seconds, you'll hear the sound of a kitten. Or maybe Hulk Hogan for White House press secretary. Very difficult decision. I do know he chose the first ever female chief of staff, Susan Wiles, who was his campaign co-manager. Let's go feminist Trump. He was like, I will let you be my chief of staff, but I'm also going to let someone else choose whether or not you can have an abortion. Congratulations, Susan. Everybody's waiting to see what Elon Musk does, especially all the people in the different departments of the government, like hoping he doesn't come to them so they can keep their job. Whatever Elon gets put in charge of, everybody is getting fired. Wait, do Elon Musk and Donald Trump get along because they both like to fire people? Is that what it is? Is that why they like each other? Because they love firing people? They love to say, you're fired. You're fired. Does that even sound like Donald Trump? No, but what are you going to do about it? Anyways, what are you going to do about it? Go listen to a guy who can actually do a Donald Trump accent? Forget about it. That would be totally ridiculous. Some people are just so dumb. They can't even do a Donald Trump voice. It doesn't even sound like Donald Trump. Forget about it. You want to know the tea? You want to know the real tea? Apparently, in one of these recent hurricanes, FEMA told their people to go overlook the homes with Trump signs. First of all, in a hurricane, isn't there like water totally covering the Trump signs? Your Trump sign is going to be floating down the flood waters in a hurricane. Am I incorrect? Floating down the flood waters. You're not going to see, oh, this lawn has a Trump sign in it. People are like getting rescued off roofs and shit. Am I not correct? And in a hurricane, it doesn't matter, it shouldn't matter which political candidate a person is voting for, whether or not you rescue them, right? Am I incorrect? Even if their lawn signs are still intact. Like they really wanted their guys to pull up on a rescue boat in a hurricane to some house, but then if they saw a Trump sign, paddle away, away, away. Like they are the people whose mission it is to go out and save the people. Except if you have a Trump sign, then forget about it. And Donald Trump won the popular vote, so couldn't that be like most of the people?
The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters.
You can't say that, President Biden. They're in a hurricane. That's why they're floating out there. Floating on down the floodwaters with their campaign sign. if it's any sign as to how the Trump presidency 2, the sequel, is going to go, a bunch of monkeys just escaped from a lab in, like, South Carolina. Is that a foreboding sign? The escaped monkeys? Hopefully not. Monkey Escape. Trump Presidency 2, the sequel. Monkey Escape. Ooh, that might have to be the episode title right there. Trump literally won the election, and by morning, like 40 monkeys escaped from a lab. It was obviously cause and effect. The scientific process. Just kidding. I think a new employee, forgot to lock the cages. Classic new job mistake. Forgetting to lock the monkey enclosure. I've done that at every new job I've ever had by accident the first week or so. Maybe a couple times in the first week. You know, new jobs. Monkey enclosures. Locks. Easy mistake. Easy mistake. Huge consequences. Completely insane. Unhinged. Huge consequences. South Carolina. 43 lab monkeys escaped in South Carolina. 25 monkeys have been found, but more are still missing. If you are in South Carolina, keep your eyes peeled and your bananas. Best joke I've ever made. 43 monkeys is honestly not that bad. Only 43, that's only a handful of monkeys. Like, whoever said only a handful of apartments were taken over by Venezuelan gangs. It's only a handful of monkeys, 43 monkeys. Escaped lab monkeys. It's only like a barrel of monkeys. I'm gonna need a laugh track over here. This shit is bananas. Lab monkey bananas. It is pretty crazy that Donald Trump got elected again. When you consider the whole insurrection thing, the whole over 30 felony conviction things. I mean, the guy had at least 2 assassination attempts, 1 foreign assassination plot. And, I mean, the guy was selling Trump sneakers and Trump watches. How did he win? He won. The man sold Trump sneakers, Trump watches, and won the presidency. Damn, Kamala must be so pissed. Kamala probably made more money in donations, but immediately spent it all on, I don't know, what, Harris Walls lawn signs that all got washed away in hurricanes? Paying Oprah. Donald Trump is spending his sneakers profits on Big Macs and spray tan and golf balls and more security. But as crazy as it is that Trump got elected again, it means Joe Biden's administration has to have been crazier in a bad way. Must have been even worse. These guys outdo each other. I mean, in Joe Biden's administration, there have almost been 10 million illegal immigrants to cross the border. 10 million people that just walked the fuck in. I mean, just imagine 10 million people walking in anywhere. Do you remember the video of the stampede? The freaking stampede across the border? Look that up. You'll probably find it. Stampede across border. Yep, in April 2024, a group of people broke through a razor wire fence in El Paso, Texas, and were charged with rioting after allegedly assaulting National Guard troops. I'm pretty sure I talked about this on the podcast. Go listen to all 60 episodes and get back to me on that. So shit's kind of crazy at the border, on the border front. And on the grocery store front as well, the checkout line front, the checkout front. Bro, I buy like bread and pickles and it's like $50. Am I right? I'm like, God, what the fuck did I buy? Soup? I bought soup. That's $50. So I think that inflation shit might be real. That's why Donald Trump got elected again. Everyone looks at their grocery total and is like, what the fuck did I buy? And then everyone looks at the border and they're like, build the wall. Even Kamala was starting to say, we're going to build a wall. Even Kamala was getting on the wall wagon. If you can't beat them, join them. All right. Thank you for listening. Leave a rating and a review. Check out comedyclublol.com. Peace.
You're listening to The Spencer Gilbard Show.